99X, it's the Morning X. Barnes and Leslie. Very funny woman tonight at the Punchline. And she's about to be introduced to you front and center. But first, a little bit of her in action.
Just to go through this real fast, this is my voice all the time. I'm not coming down with something, not getting over something. It's true. And I'm not on the tail end of a bottle of Jack either, so quit looking at me. I used to bartend before I did comedy, and a lady came in my bar out in Los Angeles and sat down. I said, "Hi, sweetie, how are you? Can I get you something to drink?" She goes, "You sound horrible." I go, "Actually, it's my voice all the time." She goes, "How awful for you." She said, "My boyfriend's gonna have a Diet Coke, and I'm gonna have a glass of Chardonnay." I said, "Honey, I don't really feel comfortable serving pregnant women in my bar." "You don't mess with a Southern woman, do you? No. We'll rip your heart out, show it to you, and bake it in a pot."
That is Trish, Suhr. Trish, good morning.
Oh, Trish.
Good morning, you dolls. Oh my gosh, did you find that clip from 1804?
1804.
I mean,
You're funny.
It really was.
You're a Kentucky girl. You're leaning into it. It's awesome.
Well, yes, I lean heavily into it, but I'm tickled about it. So, yeah, I love it.
So tonight, big show at the Punchline. This is kind of a family affair weekend going on in Atlanta.
It is. My sweet husband, who y'all know quite well and adores y'all. Adores y'all. Jace Fincher, they are in town for the Marvelous 3 shows, and I said, "Well, good night. If I've got to sack up and go to Atlanta for a week, I think I need to go work." And he goes, "What do you mean you got to go work?" So I'm lucky enough that sweet Jamie and Marcy over at the Punchline said, "Yes, come on, girl." So tonight, that's where I'll be.
Yes, I can't wait. I'm coming. I cannot wait to see you do your thing.
I'm so excited.
As you just mentioned, married to Jace from Marv 3. Are you going to be hanging out all 3 nights at the Tabernacle?
I will. I'll be there all 3 nights. It'll be a time to be alive, y'all. I hope you're coming down if you were lucky enough to get tickets. If not, live stream it. I'll tell you anymore, live streaming in your jammies is the way to go to a concert. I don't know if you're like me. I love a gorgeous 6 o'clock concert. They don't do those, so.
Well, with you hanging out with hubby at the Marv 3 shows all weekend, do people ever look over, because you're an attractive woman, and do they look over and go, "You're a groupie"? That's a groupie right there.
You know, it's funny. We have had those instances at bigger festivals where people are I'm like, no, like I'm literally with the band. Like I'd love to tell you that I'm in it, but no, I'm like the, cheerleader, moral support. I think that's my job title.
Trish, how did you get into comedy? Because I know you've done so much television, Yard Sale Diva, for folks that remember that show, lots of TV, a lot of hosting. How did you get into comedy?
I started in comedy. Actually, I was in college at Arizona State, and I was in improv and loved improv so much. But there's that variable in improv that, you can't take 9 people on stage with you nightly around the country. It gets pricey. So I was like, well, I guess I have to figure out how to do this on my own. And, Southerners, it's a great part about being from the South. We're storytellers by nature, I believe. I mean, y'all do it every day. So as a storyteller, I was like, wait a second, I know how to do this. And I was not good for a long time. Then I had to get good by myself. And that's how I started. And I started in L.A., actually, which was, a perfect and also not the best place to start comedy. But I'm so glad I did. And it's my home. So I absolutely love stand-up. I always say it's a calling, just like I'm sure, being a pastor is, because no one would choose it.
But you've won an Emmy. You do a great job. And I follow your Instagram at Trish Suhr, Suhr. Suhr. It's hard to say for
Suhr.
me.
Yep.
Suhr.
I know. My whole name is. Everybody goes, that's your stage name? I was like, who in the Lord would make a name that was a tongue twister?
It is
awful.
Hard. But Jace is your foil so much in your social media posts.
Oh, yeah.
And one of them we played recently, and I want to ask you about. What is the universal stop sign for us guys to know that when you women go to bed, it's a red light?
Oh, Barnes, that's easy. It's the teardown. I tell everybody, if you see us doing the full teardown, and ladies, you'll all co-sign this, when the, full face is coming off, when you've clicked in, I wear Invisalign, or if you click in a retainer, if you've got a sleep mask headed your way, everybody knows that you ain't getting nothing. And there's a window for that, right? And if my husband picks up that phone and starts playing solitaire or Candy Crush or whatever mess, he's co-signing it. It's like that's the unspoken rule of let's shut this down.
That's
it's
like
okay.
Gloves off, like, right? Like,
yes.
So
you get it?
Hold on, though.
It's real.
If you click the Invisalign or the night guard or the retainer in, is there any smidgen of a chance of taking them back out?
No, not a glimmer. No.
Not a glimmer, Barnes.
No, Barnes, when it's locked in, it's literally locked and loaded for night.
But you
literally locked in.
You could get that feeling and just leave the Invisalign in and just skip right to the chase. I mean, come on, sometimes, right?
I mean, you want to hit it. You're like, I got to scoot. Or as I say to Jace, I'll tell everybody this, we're family. I'll just go, you just want to knock it out. Is this what it is? Knock it out. It's like a punch list. Knock it out. I know. I don't want to knock it out. That's our constant joke. I mean, get away from me.
Real
knock
talk.
It out.
Hashtag.
Yeah. Hashtag real talk.
People do need to follow you on Instagram and TikTok. You are so funny. Can you tell everybody like the real meaning of bless your heart?
Yes, Leslie. Okay, so and I get a lot. If you'll go on, you'll see I've got it on all socials. I tell the joke, but it's really, as Southerners, we all know, bless your heart really means go boop yourself, and you say that to people and they get real worked up over it, because some old country people will be like, I say it and I really mean it. I'm like, well, good for you, sis. And I always say, if you get backed up with a Lord love them, duck and cover. Because my grandmother used to always go, well, Lord love them, but, and then you knew an assassination was about to occur. So that's the beauty of being Southern, is we have taken the time to care for you, but at the same time, we'll get out some nasty mess, but cloak it, in some love.
I want you to repeat something you just said. Say the word. I want you to say this sentence. It's the real thing.
It's the real thing.
Because it sounded like when you said real, it said rural. It almost sounded like
no, it's the real.
It's the rural.
Sorry, it is my accent. It's the real thing. The rural thing. No, it's the real thing. I know. And then you're married to Jace. My husband's from Rome, Georgia, y'all. And his accent is thick as mud. So between the two of us, we're like the wily whites of West Virginia. We need like subtitles when we're talking real quick. That's why I put captions on 90% of the things we say on social, because I know people are probably like, what are they? Is that nasty mess? No, it's just our accents. So.
I talked to Jace the other night when they were rehearsing with Butch and everyone was there performing, and he, Barnes, they got the LEDs in here, and we don't have any pyro, but we're working with the synchronization of the strobes. I was like, yeah, all right.
He's smart as all get out, but that's the beauty of having a Southern accent. Doesn't matter how smart you are. My uncle is a forensic accountant and works for the FDIC. Brilliant man, lives in Knoxville. We grew up in the Appalachians just like me, and to hear my Uncle Herbert talk, he talks like that slow, where you're like, dear Lord, tiny baby Jesus, you probably just bore them to death. That's why they're all like, fine, we found the money. Like, yeah,
I think we need to have Trish back on, Barnes, and do Trish's take. And we'll give her a subject, and we'll do Trish's take.
Done. I was thinking even more than that. I was thinking get her a shift on 99X.
Exactly.
Honestly, perfection. All right, we look forward to seeing you tonight at the Punchline. A few tickets remain. 7:30 tonight at the Punchline. I do love the Punchline, by the way. So Trish, Suhr, we look forward to seeing you.
Thank y'all. I can't wait. We're going to have a ball. I need y'all's help. Jace has given me what he thinks is a compliment. Honey, why don't you tell everybody?
No, I feel like I want to take that back.
No, I need you to tell everybody what you said.
She's been working out. These arms are all cut, and she looks so good. And I said, you're a fire plug.
He goes,
I didn't mean it.
And then to save himself, tell him what you said. I go, a fire plug? And
I said, you're stout. Y'all, I need therapy. I need to go.
Next he's like, and you can mow, and you're good with a power tool.
I feel like I need to go inside.
The Morning X with Barnes and Leslie. 99.